Okay, in this video we're going to talk about factoring trinomials, a three-term problem, kind of like quadratics. We're going to factor quadratics. We're going to find out what I can multiply together to get this trinomial, this polynomial here. Remember, factoring means you're going to break down and make smaller. You're going to use GCS when you can, and a process. So in this case, we're going to factor trinomials using what I call the chart method. Okay, so the chart method is very simple. I do have steps. I know we don't like procedural stuff, but I do have steps. Chart method, look for a GCF. So if I look at my A, my B, and my C, so 2, 13, and 20. Is there a GCF between 2, 13, and 20? In this case, there's not, because 13 is a prime number. The next example, I'll show you a GCF, and I'll show you how to do it on the calculator as well. There's no GCF, so I can kind of skip this step. Second step is your chart. And your chart, it's like a T-chart. And on the left side of the T-chart, you want to have the factors of A times C. And you want to add them up, so a sum, and you want them to equal your B. So it sounds kind of weird. Let's do the example right here. So my T-chart, I want the factors of A times C. A is 2, C is 20. So the factors of 2 times 20, so it's factors of 40. And I want to know the factors of 40 that add to equal a negative 13. That's what I'm looking for. So factors of 40, that means what two numbers can I multiply together to get 40? And now I always go in order. I know you can start jumping around and think of this stuff on your own. If you go in order, you'll get there quicker, you'll get faster at these, and you won't get lost. So for example, 40 can be 1 times 40. Or, don't forget your negative numbers. A negative 1 and a negative 40 can also give me a positive 40 when you multiply. 2 and 20. Negative 2 and negative 20. 3 won't work, but 4 works. 4 and 10, or a negative 4, negative 10. 5, does 5 go into 40? Yes. 5 and 8, or a negative 5, negative 8. 6 doesn't work. 7 doesn't work. 8 works. We already got it. So here are all of my possible factors. If I add these up, I'm looking for the ones that give me negative 13. For example, 1 plus 40 is 41. Not what I want. Negative 1 plus negative 40 is negative 41. Not what I want. 22, nope. Negative 22, nope. 14, negative 14. So you know we're going to be down here. You got 13. Oh, it's so very close, but I want what kind of 13? And negative 13. So my very last one, negative 13, is the one I want. That's my winner. Okay, so I'm doing my chart to find these two numbers right here, negative 5 and negative 8. My step 3 is the beginning of your diamond of your chart method. Okay, you want to rewrite B using your factors. So in this case, remember, B is my negative 13. I'm going to write my problem back down here so we can see 2x squared minus 13x plus 20. In this case, I want to rewrite my negative 13 using my negative 5 and negative 8. So I want negative 5x and negative 8x. So I like terms. If I add these up, I'd get negative 13x. So it's okay to rewrite them. It's okay to use this substitution process. My 2x squared stays in front. My plus 20 stays behind. So I rewrote using my new factors. Step 4 says to group and find a GCF of your groups. What does that mean? Well, group means to put your first two terms together and then your last two terms together. Now look at GCF of just your terms. So just your parentheses. GCF between 2x squared minus 5x. GCF between 2 and 5. It's just a 1. I can put it or not. GCF x squared and x. That's an x GCF, so I want to factor that out. Remember, factor means to divide, so do your division. 2x squared divided by 1x should be x. 5x divided by 1x should be negative 5. On my right hand side here, GCF between negative 8 and 20. Yes, there is a GCF. 8 and 20 GCF should be 4. Well, in this case, a negative 4, you always want to take the sign of this negative, this first number right here. So since 8 was negative, I want to put a negative down here with my 4. Is there an X GCF? No, because 20 does not have a variable, so that's my only GCF there. And so I have negative 8x divided by negative 4. Well, that's a positive 2x. 20 divided by negative 4 is a negative 5. And I already see a mistake. I apologize in advance. Way back here, I hope you caught it on your own. 2 divided by 1, there should be a 2 right here. 2 divided by 1 is 2. How do I know I made that mistake? Is because here's a checkpoint. Look at my two parentheses. They should both say the same thing. 2x minus 5, 2x minus 5. Now they do. So I apologize again in advance for that mistake. I hope you caught it on your own in the video. But at least I caught it here. Once you have you factored out using your GCF and grouping, your last step is to do GCF one more time. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, look at your parentheses. 2x minus 5, 2x minus 5. Isn't that a common factor? Don't they both have a 2x minus 5? That's common. That means I want to write down 2x minus 5 one time. That's what they have in common. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to factor it out. That's gone, and that's gone. Your last parenthesis, what do you not write down? What's left? My 1x and a minus 4. So I have 2x minus 5 and x minus 4. These are called factors. If I would multiply these two factors out using the FOIL method or distribution, I would get what I started off with, which is 2x squared minus 13x plus 20. Now right now you're thinking, why? Why do I care? Why did I do this? Because in my next video I'm going to show you what to do with these factors. Because if you do something to these factors, you can very quickly, again, find out your x-intercepts, your solutions, your zeros, where your graph is going to touch the x-axis. This is video number 1. I'm going to do a couple of videos with this one. Again, in your second video, there is going to be a GCF in the beginning, so pay very, very close attention.